The for loop in Golang has three components, which are separated by semicolons. The first one is the init statement, the next, the condition expression, and the last one is post statement. Example 1 shows a for loop with these components. We can omit each of these components. For example, in example 2, the for loop don't have init statement. We can also omit the post statement, like example 3, that there is only the condition expression. It is like the while loop in other languages. In this case, we can also omit the semicolons. We can also omit the condition expression, like example 4. That means the for loop is an infinite loop, like while true loop in other languages. The if statement in Go, like the for loop, doesn't need parentheses for its condition expression, but the curly breaks are required. For example, in the username function, we have a if statement that checks a username is equal BlueWing.cs or not. If it is equal, the user is an admin. Otherwise, it is a normal user. The if statement in Go can have also a short statement before condition expression. For example, in the check squared function, we declared x squared from the x value before condition expression, and then write the condition expression after semicolon. These new x squared value are accessible and usable inside the scope of if and its else statements. The switch case statement is another way to write a sequence of if-else statements. It is like the one in C, C++, and other languages, except if one case is matched, the only code inside of it runs, not all the cases that follow. Cases need not be constants and are evaluated from top to bottom. For example, in example 1, if s equal admin, the getChannelName function is not called. In example 2, we can see switch without any condition. In this case, it is equal to switch true, and if each case becomes true, that case was matched and run, and it is very like to if-else statements. A differ statement differs the execution of a function until the surrounding function returns, and the deferred function call arguments are evaluated immediately. Please see example 1. Here we have two print function. First one is defer, and its argument is hello BlueWing.cs. This argument is evaluated immediately. As you can see, the result of example 1 is hello world and then hello BlueWing.cs. The deferred function calls are pushed to a stack, and when the surrounding function returns, its deferred function calls are executed in last in first out order. As you can see in example 2, first the third defer is executed, and then second defer, and then the first defer.